Hi, it's Charlene from the Smart Coupon Lady. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you a frugal and simple slow cooker meal. We're going to be making slow cooker pesto mozzarella chicken pasta. But before we get started, I wanted to mention that this is part of a collaboration sponsored by Tiffany from Small Town 6 and Jessica from Jessica My Rose's channels, and I will leave a link to their channels in the description box, as well as a link to the playlist of all the other collaborators. So like I said before, my recipes that I like to do not have a lot of ingredients in it. So this is what you're going to need for this pesto mozzarella chicken. You're going to need about 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts. You're going to need some salt. You're going to need some pepper. You're going to need some pesto. You're going to need a cup of pesto. I just bought like $3 pesto from the store. And you're going to need 1/2 lemon. So that's all you're going to need. Oh, and your butter. You're going to need 1/4 cup of salted butter. That's all you're going to need in the slow cooker to begin with. Later, I'm going to cook up my rotini because I'm going to shred the chicken and put it over the rotini. And then you're also going to need to add some Parmesan cheese and some shredded mozzarella. And then you can add some more pesto, but you'll see that later. Okay, so these are the ingredients we're going to need. So let's get started putting it into the slow cooker. So here I have my chicken breasts in the bottom of the slow cooker. I'm going to sprinkle some 1/2 teaspoon of salt over my chicken. And I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Looks like a lot of pepper. So my jar is actually 6.7 ounces. It's a little short of a 8-ounce cup, but I am just going to take this whole bottle and pop it over the chicken. Okay, so I spread all the pesto over the chicken, and now I'm just going to squeeze 1/2 lemon over that. The last thing I did was took my 1/4 cup of salted butter and I cut it into small pieces and I put it on top of the chicken. So now I'm going to put the lid on my slow cooker and I'm going to cook it on low for about 5 to 6 hours. So my chicken's been cooking for about 4 hours. My crock pot tends to cook a little hot and a little high. So I'm going to start my pasta. I am adding to a pot of boiling water 1 tablespoon of salt, and then I'm going to add my pasta. I'm using rotini. You can use whatever pasta you like. Okay, so my chicken is done, and I'm going to now shred it with my mixer. This makes it so much easier. All right, now I'm going to add all of my cooked pasta. And 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. If you have fresh, that's great. I don't, so I'm just using my Aldi Parmesan Romano cheese. And now I'm gonna just give everything a good stir to get it all mixed up. You want to make sure when you're mixing everything up that you're evenly distributing the chicken so that the chicken, see, like right here, the chicken's a little clumpy together, so I want to make sure I spread that out amongst the pasta. And now I'm going to add about 2 cups of the shredded mozzarella over the top. And now I'm going to cover it again and let it cook for about another 15 minutes, just until the cheese melts. So I'm still waiting a little bit more for the cheese to melt, but I wanted to give you an idea of what this is shaping up as. And I cannot believe I did not get a picture of this plated, but basically you just take it as is and put it on a plate, and you can add a little more Parmesan cheese if you want, and it's delicious and I highly recommend it. And I also wanted to mention that I found pesto now at the Dollar Tree, which I will be using next time I make this recipe to make it even a little more frugal.
Come follow me to a secret place.